Welcome to I Heart Geek.
And welcome to another episode of I Heart Geek. This is a special edition of The Mandolorian. Yeah.
Woo.
I like this. I'm making everyone like hang on my words for a second.
Uh-huh.
We've had too many shows today.
I have to sneeze.
Okay.
And we're off to a great start.
We just definitely tripped over the starting line as we started. We're doing The Mandalorian episode, chapter 12, episode 4. I'm not going to get through this show at all, am I? So, Chris, how are you doing today, bud?
I am super duper, Dub.
Is this a me and you show today? Is that what we're doing?
It looks like it's going to be like that.
I think we broke Satome.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, if you're not watching this video, you really should watch this video. Go to YouTube and watch this video.
Do it.
Oh, okay. Woo. Goose Frava. Okay.
Excuse me.
Chapter 12. Episode 4, season 2. Wow, that sounded professional, didn't it? Wow, Satomi is broken today. Okay, so we're talking The Mandalorian, and I do want, before I do our introductions, I want to kind of push our new thing we're doing a little bit, which is hashtag the journey begins here, or begins, your journey begins here. Basically what we want to look at, and this is going to be going through all our shows, is you don't have to be an expert to enjoy geek stuff. We're passionate about stuff, and that's what we do. We don't know everything. If you want to have one of those shows, there's plenty of them on YouTube, and you can be bored by them. So enjoy those. Was that rude of me? I don't know.
No, you praise the gospel of truth.
This is the way.
This is the way.
So if you like us laughing at stuff and enjoying what it is that we've done since the beginning, keep listening, because we have a blast doing this. And this isn't a negative on anything. This is just a moving forward. We just want to make sure everyone knows that we're not experts at anything. We watch stuff we're passionate about, and we have a blast on it. And that's the way of the geek.
And we are all welcoming.
Well, mostly.
Welcome.
Well, mostly.
Oh. Nobody got my poltergeist moment. Okay, go ahead.
Because this house is
clean.
Oh yeah, let's not do that because I don't like horror. Okay, because I won't sleep for a week. I am Dub, and I'm producing this mess today. I feel like I'm herding cats, and I'm the only one talking. Woo! What the heck is going on today? Up beside me is Miss Cheeky Chi. How are you doing, Christina?
I am fantastic and excited to talk about this.
Serious amounts of Baby Yoda on your screen.
Yes, Baby Yoda.
Nice. Baby Yoda thing. Bly's bad. I
Right.
think have we done too many of these episodes? Yes, Bly's funny. Huh. And below him we have I guess we will call him our resident expert now, because last week he kind of schooled us all and made us all look like chumps. We have Mr. Chris Giorgetti. How are you doing, bud?
I am super duper, Dub.
Why are you super duper? This sounds like this needs discussion.
Today's just a good day. I had a good workout on my bike downstairs. I watched The Mandalorian and took notes. This is my fiance. These
good
are not
job.
the notes, but I have my notes on here. And, I'm just in a really good mood today.
I like to hear that. That makes for entertaining TV. And Satomi, is it okay to talk to you now?
I think it's safe.
I think it's safe. Okay.
Safe.
So how are you doing today? And do you need a little?
Do I need a moment?
Breath? Do you need a moment?
I'm doing good. I'm apparently a little punch drunk. I do apologize, y'all. I was mid sneeze as I was trying to say something. Hence I'm gonna fall apart now, because uncontrollable body things are funny. They're always funny.
Does that mean you sneezed and tooted at the same time?
I actually did not. No, I just was sneezing. But I was laughing so hard about it as it was coming that I didn't have to sneeze once I laughed.
Fair enough.
So I was enjoying that.
Okay.
Not as much as I enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, this episode, while not as good as last week, I think we can all agree. I think this still tops what we've been seeing. Second best of the season, anyway. Yeah, I think the first two are kind of These second two have just been fantastic. I'm hoping that this is what we're going to see going forward. I will allow one more filler episode, and only one more this season.
How many are going to be in the season?
8.
8?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, important things happened.
Yes, very important things.
Very important things happened.
We didn't get the big reveals like last time, but we still got some pretty big reveals. We're bringing Metachlorians back.
We also
that's
got much
controversial.
deeper into Cara Dune's background, you know. So I don't know if you can entirely call this filler.
Oh no, I don't think this one's filler at all. I'm just saying I don't
okay.
want any more filler. I think this episode was really good, actually.
It was
Yeah.
It moved us forward. So let's start with at the beginning. And this is where everyone's gonna hate me. I hated Baby Yoda in the first 10 or 5 minutes of this. Remember that scene at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy when Baby Groot is
dancing?
No. When he's gonna go get he has to keep going and get stuff that get the
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 when he has to go get the mohawk and all that stuff. That's what this felt like. Or when they were trying to blow up the planet. No, the red wire. This was the exact same dialogue, and I
enjoyed it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I love a bit of cheese. I felt like it was such a nod. I mean, you do you, girl. I support you. You have your opinions. Mine was I just couldn't stop giggling for that entire time. And I
get
knew
that.
there was a cheese factor to it, and it still made me giggle. And I loved, one of the things that I loved is, you know, when you look at all the stuff that why am I blanking on his name? The Mandalorian, the actor. Somebody help me.
Pascal, thank you.
Pascal, thank you. He has to go into studio and ADR all of this stuff, so he's got to record his dialogue in the studio after it's shot.
Mm-hmm.
And so much of his stuff has really been super even keel. Don't mess with me. I'm a bounty hunter, so we're going to keep it right here. And in this one, you kind of heard the daddy coming out a little bit.
Right.
Especially when on the line when he goes, wherever I go, he goes.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on, my buddy, my Yoda. Wherever I go.
That was me talking about my kids when they were babies right there. No, wherever he goes, I'm going.
Oh, wow.
You know, that really kind of hit home. But so how'd you feel about this one, Chris, this beginning part?
I absolutely loved how adorable Baby Yoda was in the beginning, and when they got to the school, but we'll get to that in a second. I thought there was just the right amount of Baby Yoda, and I could not stop smiling during the entire opening sequence because Baby Yoda was so flippin' adorable.
He was so Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
He
I love Baby Yoda.
He sold some toys.
Yeah,
for sure.
He did. And they're making lots more money. For those of you just listening, I did the money sign with my hands. I have to explain it for the people who are not watching this on YouTube.
Which you should be.
Yes.
Episodes, something else. Christina, how about you, ma'am?
You knew the bit was coming, the whole sequence, you knew it was coming, and you didn't care. Like, I just was waiting for him to put the wires together, and he'd get close, and then you just knew. And Sean did say, though, he's like, he's letting him play with live wires, and that just made me laugh even harder.
Why don't I think of these things?
That's the dad in Sean, like, but yeah,
there's those dads out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, who are like,
well, you know what? You're going to get burned. You're going to find out, and you're not going to do it again.
Well, that's what makes it so funny is that's the kind of dad Sean was.
Mm-hmm.
So to hear him be concerned for Baby Yoda, I was like, that's why I was laughing so hard because I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure you brought in a wading pool and filled it full of mud in my kitchen one day. Like that's the dad you were. So I don't know why you're concerned right now.
Okay, so let's go up to the next the school thing. First off, it was nice to see Cara Dune and Apollo Creed back. I don't know what his name is on the show. I call him Apollo Creed.
Grief Karga.
Thank you. Yeah, that's Carl Weathers. He's Apollo Creed, because some people didn't know that. I was so offended by this.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's like,
I was just like, oh, it's that guy.
yeah,
That
he's
was
he's definitely got a different directing style than we've seen. For them, this is the first time that we've seen a director on screen that is an actor and a director in the same episode. Just a stupid bit of trivia. I really liked how they've done Cara Dune and Carl Weathers. I'm sorry, it didn't get to be anything else. I think they were really, the quick cut scenes they had with them. I really enjoyed these characters even more. You forget why you liked them last season, and then they bring it to this season. They give you 30 seconds. You're like, I'm in. This is cool. Okay, I like these guys again. Did you guys get any gut reaction from them?
Well, wasn't it so fun that the episode, it involved the Mandalorian, but you had a huge
It
chunk
was a
of the
cast.
episode
Yeah.
that he wasn't in it.
Mm-hmm.
That they were really they just took a break and just followed somebody else's story, and I really really enjoyed that. And then he got to come in all Millennium Falcon. I can't. I'm having a day, y'all. This is happening.
I feel like they need to do that as a show and have these other characters take over more, because there's only so much you're going to handle of Baby Yoda, and there's only so much you're going to handle the Mandalorian. Great characters, and they've carried probably 90% of the show. We've got to get some other characters, because Friends would have sucked if it was just Phoebe, even though Phoebe was awesome.
Right.
Chris, what
Right.
about you, bud?
I loved this episode and seeing how the characters from season 1 changed almost in
Yes.
this episode, because we got to see the covert like all abandoned, and we got to see another side of Cara Dune like being this awesome marshal taking out whatever those
Which is what she should do. She shouldn't be acting. She should be doing that on screen, because that was cool.
Yes, I agree.
Because she had some pretty bad line deliveries on that one.
Although
but
she's actually not she's not bad.
she's
not
better than
bad.
she's better than Sasha Banks was last week on certain lines.
See, I think she's growing, and there was a. We'll talk about it
Yes,
when we
like
get
that.
to it. No, but there was a moment that she actually made me tear up.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
around.
we'll get to that.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot about that. Dang it.
But I loved, like, it just like you said before, we got to see other characters take the lead
And be heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love this episode. I love seeing the choices they've made as actors to propel the story forward.
Yeah.
Christina, do you have anything to add?
The same. Like, I love that she's the marshal. I love the arc of her storyline, and that she's becoming so much more than where she started. And what I really loved was her pride when she said, "Wait until you see inside."
Yeah.
And they stepped into the school, and just there was so much pride in that moment.
Absolutely. So here we hit another Baby Yoda morality issue.
Yes.
People don't seem to have the same issue with this. I actually have more issue with this than I had with the eggs.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted the cookie. The kid who was in every bit of his right said, "No, these are my cookies." So
no, he did not. He was a jerk about it.
He
really was. Oh.
No, he said, "Nope." And that's what I would have done as a kid. I'm like, what are you bringing me? And yes, he had those cute eyes and he's looking at you, but come on.
He said, please. Did he not say please, Chris
No,
and Satomi, Baby
he did not say
Yoda?
please.
Yes, in his way, he definitely said
did say
please. And that kid was like, no.
And
that kid was sassy, and I'm glad that he magic hand the cookies away. You know, you can't deny Baby Yoda cookies.
He stole cookies.
I'm on the fence on this one. I'm on both sides on this one.
As a morality play, I'm not looking where I'm not happy where I think Yoda's going here.
Well, I think it's part of his discovery
He's
of
50.
the world. Well, he's still a baby or a child. I mean, yeah, if a 50-year-old man stole like Oreos from a kid, you'd be like, hey, don't do that. But, he's so cute. He's adorable. I loved it. I thought it was funny.
It was a funny
again,
moment for sure.
Oh, it
Yeah.
was hilarious, but I think we are definitely sending a negative message because if you're cute, you can get away with whatever you want.
Honey, it's worked for me for 51 years.
Yeah, I knew that was coming from somebody's mouth. I was hoping it was going to be Chris's, but
So kids, the moral of the story is if you want cookies, do not steal them. Just ask
use the
nicely.
force.
Yes.
Or use the force, yeah.
And he did kind of get his karmatic comeuppance.
He did.
Yes, he did. Literally come up and.
Literally
Kinda.
comeuppance.
Because Mando had to clean up that mess too.
Oh, that's
Okay,
true.
so did he use it for personal gain? Yes. But was it in the most adorable way? Yes.
And now all I want are macaroons.
But I think if we look at this, I think we are definitely, you're going to have to question his morality even a little more than the eggs because he learned a little bit from that. I don't see him learning from vomiting.
I'm wondering if at some point Mando's going to have to start taking over the morality teaching.
He's going to have to, I think.
Because all of this starts whenever he's not around.
Mm-hmm.
And he finds out after the fact.
That is true.
So
yeah, and when you look at the fact that he disciplined him when he left him with the frog people, and he behaved, so definitely that has an impact.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I think Baby Yoda's gonna do something like actually horrible for like the Mandalorian to like realize, oh, this kid might be a problem, but I don't think he was inherently evil stealing those cookies.
Oh no, I don't think it was an evil act, but I think it's a moral issue that I think that we're definitely gonna. And I'd say, I guess we're talking about a fictional character that's a baby that steals cookies. I know, but I think being that with great power comes great responsibility. We've all learned this from Uncle Ben 1.5 million times and his fantastic rice. This has to be. It has to be nipped in the bud.
You're going to hell for that.
That was funny. I don't care what you say. That was funny.
I think if we keep going down this road, we're going to start calling you Blythe.
I don't hate Baby Yoda, though. I think he's a fantastic character.
Dubs is bringing up some valid points.
No, he is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's true. It's true.
I still think he's adorable, though, for stealing.
Show's over. I'll end it on that. That's awesome. Okay, last
Don't
thing.
encourage him, Chris. What?
The character of Mithril, which was played by Horatio Sands. Is anybody else done with him?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
He's
honestly
not
a little bit.
likable.
I was a little bit done with the way that Grief was treating him as well.
Oh, that was definitely much.
That was much. That was a little much.
No,
absolutely.
I'll kill you if you don't, basically, is what he said.
Yeah.
And he's literally known him since he was a baby. He says that. He goes, he's been doing books for me since he was a tadpole.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So you have to have that familial relationship, and he's ready for him to die.
Well, he did do him dirty too, though. He said that in that same.
True.
No, he said that's why there was a bounty on it, because he did the creative bookkeeping and took the money and ran. So the other
Grief
side
is expressing his grief.
Yeah, because the other side of that is, he's known him since a tadpole. He gave him his first shot and all of that, and he betrayed that trust.
Yeah,
that's true. Okay,
but also what we want to look at, Grief is definitely he's doing some dirty dealing here. I mean, he manipulated Mando.
Although, is he like New Leafy as well? Because they've cleaned up the town and Kara's now the marshal. And...
he went from being probably 90% of completely evil to, I would say, he's probably 30 or 40% evil at this point.
Okay, so like
my guess, anyway. Well, I don't know.
We've all got a smattering. We just want to be on the better side.
To throw a Dungeons and Dragons reference, I think Grief is now like lawful evil, like he's still doing
Yes,
That's
good
a good one.
things,
Yeah, that's
yes.
good.
Yes.
but he's also very sneaky with certain things.
Yeah, which I mean, to run that town, I think you'd have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't be Pollyanna and run that town. Either Cara Dune or him, you couldn't be.
Yeah.
Because that town will run over you in about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And they've done some good work on it. So maybe, I hate to say the ends justify the means, but maybe they do in this case.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Did
Or-
anybody catch the tribute to IG-11?
Yes.
No.
There's a statue in honor of IG-11 that you can see behind the engineers that are going to go work on the Razor
Oh,
Crest.
very cool. So when that one alien turned around and looked, you knew right then that there was no
Yeah.
there was no subtlety about that. I'm like, bad guy. Okay,
Yeah.
he's gonna report him. Okay,
Yeah.
we know it's the I don't like it when they put it in your face like that. I get it. 'Cause there's a lot of kids watching the show that aren't going to get it otherwise. But they've done a really good job about making this for the kids, but making it for the adults. I think that was definitely one of those swing. I thought that was
A little heavy-handed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew the minute.
I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
Like at
I'll-
first. Oh, sorry, Satomi, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh,
Everybody's so
like at-
polite.
We actually like each other, so
like I always at the first time I watched this episode, I thought, why would they waste a shot on that? And then at the end, I was like, oh, that's why. So I thought it was clever because like they never show things on screen if it's not gonna like
Do something.
yeah.
I did enjoy the callback to Return of the Jedi and Leia's disguise when she went to
Yes.
Jabba's.
Oh yeah.
So it was like,
I
oh,
forgot
that's
about
what
that.
those dudes look like. There was a lot of that, actually. There was a lot of throwback. There was so
There's a
much
lot of Easter eggs in
OG
this one.
reference. Oh my gosh.
Now, this is one I watched it twice. I know I need to watch it at least 2 more times to catch everything. And the next time I watch it, I probably won't be paying attention to the plot. I'm going to be just in the background. There's a lot of Easter eggs, and I've been reading about some of them. I'm like, no, yeah, that's there.
I missed a bunch. So I mean,
Yeah.
I saw a ton of the references. As a matter of fact, I think my husband was like getting tired of me being like, "Oh my God, that's like the the final run on the Death Star," and "Oh my God, they're on the motorbikes from Jedi," and "Oh my God." That I lost. I don't know about you, but I lost my mind when those things came.
I want one so bad.
Yeah.
I will trade in every motorcycle I will ever own if I can have one of those.
Somebody needs to make one of those. Kind of like, you know how somebody made a badonkadonk?
No.
So if you look up on Amazon, actually had a listing for it. Badonkadonk, the Jawa, the Jawa ship.
Oh
the
yeah.
Jawa cruiser.
Okay.
Yeah, they made one that you could buy on Amazon, and I think it was either $3,000 or $5,000 at one
Oh,
point.
wow.
So
More than I'm spending.
yes, but it was hilarious, and you could drive it. And I'm off topic, but
Do
I'd
you?
like to see somebody do that with the. I don't know what those are called. It's not a Land Cruiser. It's
Chris?
What? Chris.
Yeah.
We're asking
what
the
ve-
expert.
What vehicle are we talking about?
the motorcycle-y things that the stormtroopers chased after them on. That
Oh, the
from
speeder-
Jedi.
Speeder bike.
Speeder bike.
Speeder bike.
Speeder bike.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do you feel like that they might be overshooting everything by giving us so many Easter eggs? Nostalgia is great. I think that there is just like with Baby Yoda, there is a too much thing. And I'm feeling like these last couple episodes, yes, I was so excited by the AT-AT with the crane and all that stuff that we saw. And now I'm just kind of like, yep, okay. So, and then you'll watch YouTube and watch these guys that know everything, and they'll tell us, well, this was an Easter egg here and here and here and here and here and here and here. I'm like, it stops being clever.
I think everything is serving its purpose in terms of the usage of like the speeder bikes,
Yeah.
the AT-ATs, the stormtroopers. I don't think they've reached that point where it's like
I don't
here
think
they
it's there
are.
yet. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be.
Well, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy the when Horatio Sands' character, when they sent him to like raise
Mithril.
Mithril, kind of sounds like the Lord of the Rings
It
Kinda,
does.
Yeah.
shirt. When they sent him over the lava, he's like, they don't have guardrails here. I love that joke because if you look in every single Star Wars movie, there's always
There's
some
a
bridge
guardrail.
and there's no guardrail.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
so I just, that made me laugh.
Good call on that one, actually. Did anybody else like want to toss their cookies when they saw the C-3PO as a girl? I don't know why that one did bring me joy, but I was like, I could watch this all day. I want to hear this female C-3PO talk all day long.
I mean, using those 3PO units is a pretty consistent
It is.
in the world, and I delight that she was the teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to their mission that they show up for, and that's the to go see the small incursion of Imperial soldiers, and it's not a soldier, it's not a base, it's a lab. And that's not meant as derogatory. So that's my bad
That's
acting.
no moon, it's a base.
That's kind of where that one was.
Lab, yes.
I thought that everything about this was so much fun, and this felt, like last week when they were on the Imperial cruiser. That's what this gave me that feeling right back to. It's like, yeah, and of course, the clones can't shoot, so they just walk through like it's nothing. And you know what? Actually, I have a theory on this.
They can't see out of their helmet?
No, I think that Jango was a terrible shot, and that they cloned Jango, and then that's.
No, I
is
think
plausible.
that's brilliant.
That's. I put a lot of thought into that for some stupid reason, but I think that Jango probably is a terrible shot, and it's just genetics.
And the reason why Boba is so good is because he wasn't rushed into adulthood.
Exactly,
he had time to grow, develop, and become his own person.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah, but they were born as within 6 months or whatever they were full size Jango.
Yeah, I like that.
Just my thoughts on that. But watching that, with the two soldier/scientist, I have trouble buying that one of them would turn to the other and say, "Destroy the computer," instead of saving our lives. Are they that afraid of Moff Gideon?
I would be.
I get it, but I mean, you're gonna die one way or the other. You might get a little chance to escape if you're not shooting the computer.
You have to admit, servants of the Empire are a bit on the self-destructive side. Like, I mean,
yeah, look at last week.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking about. Yeah, and it's always because the threat, because having to face Moff Gideon, way back when, having to face Darth Vader is always going to be worse.
Yeah.
So,
but they were scared of him when he was on the ship with them.
Okay, well, maybe they just said it for the camera and then saved their lives. You don't know.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm not trying to be a nitpicker. I'm just trying to, that's something that's the only thing that bothered me about probably most of this is that scene. Because I'm like, I don't buy that this guy who's obviously more of a scientist than a general sits there and takes the time, and I'm going to do a heroic act, and I'm going to go for the furtherment of my already lost empire instead of shooting at the bad guys.
I thought it was,
or good guys.
I thought it was brilliant.
Okay.
I thought, because as that scene expanded upon, they're clearly up to something involving clones, midichlorians, or M count, which I.
Did anybody not catch that? If you didn't catch that, put that in the comments, and I will mock you forever. No, I won't. I won't do that. I won't. But yes, midichlorians, not M count.
But like this whole scene, the way that there is a musical cue that I picked up on, that is similar to Snoke's theme and Palpatine's theme.
Yeah.
I like they're starting to connect the Mandalorian to the sequel trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
And the here's my theory on what they're doing. It's not like I read somewhere that it's like, oh, they're cloning Snoke in that room. I'm like, it's not Snoke. Snoke is not. They're what they're trying. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to like make some
Hybrid.
super soldier, like some super force sensitive stormtrooper that can wield a lightsaber.
Maybe.
But I don't know.
No, I love this because this is the fun part of Star Wars when we can talk out of our butts and think that, hey, my idea was definitely better than George Lucas's ideas. I will say that I thought that they definitely look like they're trying to create a new Sith Lord. And that's why they needed the high midichlorian count, and that's why they looked like they looked. If you look at that looks like a deformed Snoke.
Yeah,
it does.
So I'm with you, but I'm not, because I don't know that it's a soldier. I think they only need one, I think.
But what about those at the very end, those banks of soldiers?
Yeah.
Oh, you have. Go ahead, Chris. Fire away.
I have a theory. So my second watch through, I had to pause it like several times to try to like see what exactly, like, was it human? Was it robot? And
are we human? Are we dancer?
Are we human?
And for the first time in my Star Wars nerdy life, I have no idea what these things are. But clearly, they're going to use the Force in some way, and they are some super soldiers. Someone said that they're borrowing a concept called dark troopers, and these dark troopers apparently are like cyborg hybrid that like are just straight up killing machines. And that
a bunch of Grievuses,
but deadlier. It's like they're not Grievous, and they're not the Death Troopers we saw in Rogue One and the finale of season 1. So I'm curious to see what they do, but I don't think they're like, this is going to be something brand new that we haven't seen, and I'm really excited to see what they actually do.
Well, okay, which the end does kind of blow out my theory, because there can only be 2 Siths at a time. Because there can be the master and there can be the apprentice, because the apprentice always kills the master. And then he wants to find a new apprentice that's going to kill him throughout history. So being that there's all of those, however, I took it to think that, okay, this is a bunch of experiments, and he's going to find the one that they can use to make for his new apprentice.
So your theory is one of these things is going to be the new Sith apprentice.
Eventually, yes, and that's why they're trying to experiment with it. I'm probably wrong. I always am, but that's where my theory sits on all that. Do you ladies have any ideas on all of this?
I mean, honestly, I just, when they were in the lab, I just kept having callbacks to the Darkwater episode of Doctor Who, and all I could think was, there's Cybermen in there, there's Cybermen in there. So I'm not going to be very helpful on this one.
Hold on. Okay, you said the Doctor Who thing. What if they are the replicants, like the replicants from Doctor Who, and that is Moff Tarkin, or Grand Marf, Moff Gideon. I apologize.
See, you can't talk either. It's
what
going
if
around.
What if those are replicants that they're making? So they have to be a little Force sensitive at least, and so that he can send himself all over, so that everyone's going to be afraid of him. Ooh. I win.
No, because that's actually what I was gonna say when I said, did you notice Moff Gideon's uniform
was the same?
Yes,
they're replicants.
Oh.
You jumped the line, Dub.
So, by your theories, does this mean Moff Gideon is Force sensitive?
Yes, I think he is a Sith. I think he was the last apprentice.
He did
Just-
give that vibe when we first saw him.
He is a Sith. There is no way he is not a Sith.
Well, and the fact that he survived that crash.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to have some metachlorians up in there.
Your metachlorians
Up
have to
in
be
there,
huge.
up
I'm
in
just
there.
saying, huge
They
metachlorians.
were this big. Okay.
Oh wow! Is everybody's mind blown yet?
I think mine melted at the top of the show,
Oh,
so we're already
Is
there.
this?
This
Wow.
is just melting it further. Now it's glass.
Oh, okay. Whew, is there
Wow.
anything else we want to hit about this before we go back into the family world of the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda? I know he's not Baby Yoda. Okay, sorry.
I just want to see if anybody else noticed the comms director, the communications officer, like who that was.
No, I did
No.
not.
Okay, so that's Katie O'Brien. And she has been in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She's been in Z Nation.
Oh,
She's
yep.
been
Black
in
Lightning,
Black Lightning.
Westworld.
So I'm wondering if we're not going to see more of her and some new characters being added and new character arcs, because I can't see her just being in this 30-second moment.
I
And the
hope
fact
so,
that
'cause
she
she
is-
was great.
Yeah, and the fact that she's answering directly to Moff.
Yeah, that's saying
know,
something.
So I got really excited about that moment.
Yeah. Going back, one more thing. I really liked the Dr. Pershing, who is Ahmed Abadi. I know I butchered that, but I really like his character for this reason. I feel like I have so much sympathy for this evil character. He feels like he is caught in the crossfire. He did not want to kill the child. He's still doing immoral things enough to save his life, but he's definitely trying to do the right thing within those parameters. That's the kind of bad guy character that I really like, because they are definitely conflicted, because they might do the right thing, but they're also a wild card because they will do the wrong thing to save their own skin.
Conflicted characters are always more interesting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're
And he-
always more interesting because they're
And he looked
unpredictable.
conflicted even when he was led in that message. He just looked like, I
Yep.
don't want to be here, man.
But then it
Don't-
was,
don't
I
kill me,
won't let
Moff."
you down again.
Yeah.
Right. But they also made a point, if you watched the recap, of him telling Mando, it's just a baby, don't hurt it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm wondering if we're not going to see more of him and more character development.
I think he's definitely going to end up turning at some point and being a good guy.
I think he's a good guy who's just
in a-
ended up
in a bad
working on the wrong
situation.
Yeah, that's the feeling I'm getting. In a way, he's almost like, because when you think about how would I act in a situation like that, and it's human nature, self-preservation is human nature, and it takes a lot to override that. And if you're really, really, really honest with yourself, and you found yourself in that situation,
You do the same thing.
you'd probably do the same thing.
Not one of us would do anything different from that. And at least he's trying to do the right thing within the parameters.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people just forget about this character, but there's something to this character. I think that we're going to see him going forward.
I think you're
And
right.
I don't even think it's going to be this season. I think we're going to see him like 2 seasons down the road, and he's going to be an impact player.
Huh. Well,
I could
that
see
makes
that.
sense.
Well, because
Especially-
these guys they're not writing for this season. They are writing for 3
Yeah.
seasons ahead.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
they know, well, you know what? This is Disney's tentpole right now. We are on for at least 15 seasons. Let's write the correct way.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Right.
they had a long talk with Moffat and said, how do you write for something that's not going to happen for at least 10 years? And then
It's like I appreciate all of the continuity of this series. That being said, there was a blooper that made it into the final cut. And I need to pull up the exact moment in terms of the time on my phone. So at the 18-minute 54 mark, you can see a member of the crew in plain clothes and jeans in the
Yep.
shot,
Mhm.
a la the Game of Thrones Starbucks cup.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I sent you earlier today.
No, I
But-
totally get that now. It
Yeah.
took me a second. I'm like, oh, that's what. Okay. And honestly,
was-
it took me so many times to watch the Game of Thrones before. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It took me so many times to watch that Game of Thrones things before I saw the Starbucks cup. I mean, everyone likes to be hypercritical. Well, I saw it. It took you 15 or 20 times before you saw it. Shut up.
The moment happened so fast.
Mhm.
My fiance and I noticed it during our second watch through. We're like, there's a fifth person in that shot, but there's only 4 of them. The 4 of them being the Mandalorian, Cara Dune, Grief Karga, and the blue guy, whose name I don't know. And then guy.
Me, just think,
Oh,
dwarvish
Mithril.
armor,
Mithril.
Mithril.
Yes, Mithril.
Yes.
Just call him Horatio Sands.
Yeah.
That's
Guppy guy.
okay. So let's move on to kind of how we always close these the family moments when aren't we all better people because Baby Yoda threw up on himself and
Oh, it's so adorable. Come on, it was and the noises.
okay,
he
spoken like someone who
makes.
has definitely not had kids. Baby vomit's disgusting. Oh,
I have
oh.
babysat before, and it was
Ugh.
disgusting, but still.
And I'm like, and I hope that kid somehow felt he got sick because of those cookies. I know you weren't a good person, but he did steal from you, and that's not right. Just because you're a bad person to steal from you, just say it.
I'm a mom, and I thought it was adorable.
Ugh.
But even more than that, when he said, I have some onboard maintenance I need to take care of, I just about died. Like I had tears coming down. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
So very hard.
I loved how he had his hands in the air.
Yes!
Like it was a ride at Disneyland.
Well, I don't think that Mando knew what happened there, so I mean, why would he?
Yeah.
That whole sequence literally was me skydiving, because the instructor took me on those tight turns, and it was like, wow, this is cool. And then we landed, and I was like, I feel great.
Did you eat a blue cookie beforehand?
No, but it was a lot of coffee, and I think maybe some coffee cake or something.
What is with the Star Wars creators and blue food?
That's true. There's the blue milk. Oh, and then there's that weird blue milk that Luke is drinking.
Oh, that was foul. That was foul. Oh.
The
first one was like blue Kool-Aid.
I've had both the blue and green milk at Disney World.
Did you get it? Did you get it the old-fashioned way?
I did. Right out of the.
The udder.
Yes,
the udder.
Because I can't say the other thing. The green milk was disgusting, but the blue milk was delicious.
What did they taste like?
The green milk kind of tastes
What a way to wrap up a show.
like this weird passion and dragon fruit smoothie, whereas the blue milk tasted kind of like a delicious milkshake that I never wanted to end.
Okay.
I don't know what they put in the stuff aside from tons of sugar, but yeah, if you go to Disney World when it's safe, get the blue milk.
It definitely sounds like they're trying really, really, really hard.
And they have an adult beverage version where you can put a libation of your choice if you're over 21. So if
you
you're
are
not
allowed
21,
to say. You are allowed to.
I don't know what the rules are. I'm trying to be as family friendly. It's like, what would Mickey Mouse do in this situation? Sell a bunch of stuff.
There you go.
Yes.
Chris, can you say that like Mickey?
What would Mickey Mouse do?
And we just got sued. Thank you very much. Show got shut down, guys. Thank Chris later. Oh wow, that's time, guys.
Coming is as the footsteps of doom.
Next episode is going to be a barn burner. This is going to be huge. I think this is this episode and next episode of the middle grounds for the week or for the season. So I think this one and the next one are going to be amazing. And then I think we're going to see a filler, and then we're going to see a great end. With that being said,
I think Baby Yoda's getting captured at the end of the season.
I think that's a good possibility.
Yeah.
So let's do our grades, and let's start this time. I don't know who I started with last time. So Christina.
A+. Absolutely. A+ for a lot of things. Like I said, I love some of the character growth and the arcs. And when he asked her, did you lose anybody? and she said, I lost everyone. I cried, and I thought she was brilliant in that moment, and I think she can do more than just mixed martial arts there, buddy. um but I loved
Some
the
of her other
entire
lines were bad, though.
I that kid
Are you
I
two going to just stand there, or are you going to get in?
That's script. That's a script issue.
yeah, that's
Oh,
yes.
so bad.
That's a
But
bad line.
absolutely, I loved it. A part of it too, though, is I watched it 4 times with 4 different people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So I
wow.
got different reactions from other people, and some people saw things that I didn't see in each time we watched it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, no, I'll go watch it again. I'm actually going to go watch it with Sean when we're done here because he hasn't seen it yet.
Outstanding.
So
I'll end with you. How about you, Satomi?
It was an A+ for me. I had
grade
so
too
much
easy.
fun. Well, I see some of the things that bothered you delighted me.
Yeah.
I loved the Yoda stuff. I loved the little noises he made. I love that there was a little "Atoo" at one point. I loved the callbacks to the original series, and my husband's arm is probably bruised from me hitting him so much, going, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh."
I can picture you watching the TV show exactly like that.
Yeah, it's a little and I try not to talk too much because I like to sit back and let it wash over me and not get all acty, but there were more than one moment where I was watching the performances and it was like, that was awesome. That was there were some really awesome moments for a lot of those actors. So I I I thought it was a ball. I actually might have liked it better than last week.
Ooh, them's fighting words.
Hmm.
I tell you what, though, what I really enjoy about this panel, we all grade on entirely different things.
Yeah,
no, definitely.
definitely.
I'm actually going to make Chris go last, so I'll go do mine now. I will give it an A- for the reasons I said before. I think it's still a fantastic episode, and I think it's the second best of this season. I think it's probably third best of the series. I think it was a fantastic episode. There's the issues that I talked about, but I thought it was very solid.
Which were just yours.
You know what? I guarantee there's at least 22 people that are listening right now that agree with me 100%. I did the math in my head, all that.
Yep. It's okay, baby. You're still pretty.
Mr. Chris Giorgetti, you tell us the right answer now.
Well, disclaimer, I don't know what I'm talking about, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. That being said, musically, I'm giving this an A+ for the following reasons. One, the Snoke Palpatine reference in the lab, and then there was another sneaky little musical reference at the end with Cara Dune that my fiance picked up and I had no idea happened. They put in the theme of the Resistance from the sequel trilogy.
Oh, okay.
And that blew my mind. So
Whoa.
Ludwig Göransson gets an A+. That being said, this episode gets an A-.
23 people.
There were some things about Cara Dune I did not like. Mostly
acting?
script things.
Yeah.
Mostly script and acting. And I also agree that this was one of the better episodes, if not the second best episode thus far.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it did a fantastic job of building the momentum. Like, this wasn't a filler at all. And like, it's picking up a lot of steam now. So I feel like if they do a filler, it better be like at the end, because if they like do a slow episode next week, I'm gonna be like, why?
It won't be next
that?
week. It'll be the week after.
So overall, A-.
Very good. Okay.
Nice.
That's an episode, guys. I am enjoying this panel so freaking much. I can't even tell y'all. Thank y'all for actually hanging out with me and talking about this stuff, because this is fun.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
And so until next time, I'm Dub, and with me, as always, on this panel, we have Miss Christina, the Cheeky Chi, we have Mr. Chris Giorgetti, and we have Sneezy McSneezerson. And that should I? Sorry, Satomi Hoffman. And yeah, keep on geeking on, guys. This is the way.
Hello, our geek rock stars. I'm Satomi Hoffman with I Heart Geek, and we heart you. And I'm going to tell you about a way that you can heart us back. So here's the deal. iHeartGeek has just launched our Patreon page. This is a chance for you to help us with production costs and help us keep bringing these podcasts to you. Not a lot of people know it. We don't make any money making this podcast, but we do it because we heart geek, we heart bringing it to you, and we heart obsessing over the things that you heart. So how do you become involved? Super simple. There are 4 tiers of support. The first tier of support is only $3 a month, about the price of a cup of coffee if you don't go to Starbucks. And we will love you like we love Baby Yoda, except for Blythe, who doesn't feel the Baby Yoda love, which... So now tier 2 is $5 a month, which now we're talking like a drip coffee and a cookie. And for that, we'll display your name during the show and also put you in the end credits. Name recognition, y'all. Now tier 3, $10 a month. Now we're getting into the nitty gritty. We will actually take your suggestions and we will put them in the rotation of the show. So whatever you obsess about, which we already probably obsess about, we will obsess about on air. All right, now we're talking tier 4. We're talking the Triforce Excalibur Infinity Gauntlet level of subscription. $20 a month will get you as a regular rotational cast member on the show. We'll have you come on, we'll discuss the things that you heart, the things that we heart, we'll argue, we'll laugh, we'll have a great time, and you will have made iHeartGeek better for your subscription. And of course, you can tell all your friends, hey, haha, I'm on a podcast. So there you have it. 4 easy ways to help iHeartGeek become a listener-supported podcast, and you get something in return. We heart you, we thank you, we heart geek, and remember to keep on geeking on.
You have been listening to the latest episode of the iHeart Geek Show. Make sure you visit our website at www.iheartgeekshow.com. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you check us out on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And keep on geeking on to all of you geek rock stars.